Oh boy. Oh boy, indeed. How's it going? How you doing? So, rumor around town is that Faith went back to Ethan Ralph at the kill stream. Of course she did. Of course she did. Because she doesn't know any better. Because she's an idiot. You know, I told you that I don't feel sorry for her anymore. Faith is not innocent. She's not this innocent girl that needs to see the light. She's an absolute idiot. An absolute dumb idiot. And she's going to get what she's going to get. And she can't complain. If Ethan Ralph knocks her up, like he's going to do, this is what's going to happen. She's going to get pregnant. And then you're going to have an Ethan Ralph Jr. You're going to have a baby that comes out with Maker's Mark. It's going to have fetal alcohol syndrome. It's going to have a serious case of the Downs. A serious case of the Downs. That's what's going to happen. And you know, I saw. I just took a peek at the thread. Of course, I'm active in Kiwi Farms. You probably see my name over there. I don't I don't post much. I just pay attention. I just watch. That's all I do. I just watch. I just want to watch. That's all I really want to do. Watch and comment. But there's something that strikes a chord with me. Something Mr. Vickers said, Faith's father. Because I haven't read her messages. Maybe I could see it. Maybe it's there. I don't know. But I don't care. I'll tell you why. If what Mr. Vickers says is in response to something that Faye said, Faith, another accusation that Mr. Vickers was neglectful of her daughter, of his daughter. His mistake was giving his daughter at 14 a cell phone. His mistake was not keeping an eye on her and giving her too much too soon. And that is a mistake that a lot of parents are making right now. When you see a 13, 14-year-old with a cell phone, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you give them a phone? Why would you give them a phone? Why would you give kids a phone? You tell them not to talk to strangers. You'd get mad if some random stranger, some random grown man were to talk to your daughter. Let's say your 13-year-old daughter is walking down the street and some grown man starts talking to her. You'd be suspicious about that. But yet you're gonna give your 13-year-old, 14-year-old a phone? That is neglectful. That is. But I don't, the reason why I'm not faulting Mr. Vickers on that is because that is a stupid, simple mistake that a lot of parents are making. I'm kicking myself up with about that. I am kind of conflicted. And I need y'all's help. Is giving a 14-year-old a phone, is it neglectful? Is it bad parenting? Hey, how's it going? Thank you. I now identify as homo. Didn't you know? Like, you have to. You have to suck a mean sausage before you can do anything. Before you can stream on YouTube, you gotta suck a mean sausage. I'm gay now. I've converted. My life is a lie. Just like Fai Fai. Just like Fai Fai. No, but seriously, let me share this link up there. I never share these links, like hardly ever. I'll share it out there somewhere, I guess. Is it bad parenting to give your kid, your 13-year-old, a cell phone? Is it? I would say it is. I would say it is. Absolutely it is. I mean, that cell phone is gonna give them access, grant them access to things they're not ready for. That's like Pandora's box right there. They have so much at their fingertips. Hardcore pornography. To be one. Conversations with strangers, people that they don't know. All right. I need to smoke the cigar, drink my writer's tears, and play some Bobble. Yeah, get father advice from someone who plays Nintendo games in his 30s. Yeah. You know what? It's better than getting fatherly advice from someone who's 45, is not married, will never have kids, and lives an empty life. That's Dick Masterson. If you get fatherly advice from him, you're following the wrong person. I got these sweet shades from your mom. Okay, boomer, is that the best you got? Got mom jokes? The next Dead Man's Tone podcast, I'm going to start with a sponsor of your mom's ass. This episode of the Dead Man's Tone podcast is brought to you by Internet's mom's ass. It's even better that she's dead. God, that'd be cold. That'd be great, though. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. Oh, man. All right. Let's play some Bobble and talk about parenting teenagers. Why it's a dumb idea to give a teenager a cell phone. It's a horrible idea. So yeah, Faith is back. Going back to Ethan Ralph. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Amazing. She gets what she gets. Played this game before? Aw, man. Chat's obstructed by the window. You used to love this game as a child? You still love this game. You still love this game, you just haven't played it in a while. I'm gonna go for a combo. Put it all here. Get them all at once. And get some bonuses. Early on, because I'm not beating this game right now. First off, good luck beating a one player. Don't you need a second player? I guess you don't need. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, that was close. Come on, loser. Ooh, that was close. Eee. I was trying to go for a combo, but no, it didn't happen. The hand's gonna come out. So, yeah. So now that Faith is going back to Ethan Ralph, when are we gonna get the next sex tape? I guess, you know what? Now he doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to worry about a civil suit or a lawsuit. He doesn't have to. And according to Nick Rekieta, it could only be a criminal suit. That's not true. That's not true. I'm not a lawyer, but even if you read, according to other attorneys, that's not true. It can be a civil suit. So. Well, so I guess maybe Ethan Ralph does have the devil's luck. But does he really? Because what's going to happen? Ethan Ralph is going to continue to have sex with Fai Fai. She's going to continue to ride that gun. He's a sloppy alcoholic. His bad behavior is going to rub off on her. He's not going to fix... She's not going to fix him. There's no way. It's impossible. You can't fix Ethan Ralph. He's broken. He's a broken man. It's going to end bad. But you know what? It's fine. Let the nectar flow. Let it flow. And I'll be over here playing my silly games and laughing. Laughing. And laughing. I'm trying to spell extra. Isn't that what you spell? Extra? There's a D there. That's some part. I can't get up there. Oh, get this. Oh, now, if I don't die, I'm good. If I don't die for the rest of the game, I'm good. I'm golden. Oh, let me get the T and the X. Oh, come on, I'm right there. What is it you're spelling? Oh, I died! Now I want to punch myself in the fucking nuts. Oh, now I don't want to play the game anymore. Ugh. I had it. I had the world. Man, that candy was good. I'm gonna have to rack up the points again, somehow. Alright. Get these losers. Oh, come on! Oh! Stop. Stop. Oh, now I'm just dying in silly ways. Right, get the diamond. Get the diamond. Alrighty! I need to get some candy. Oh, there's candy right there. Oh, ooh, that was close. That was close. That was real close. Oh no, I need to get over there. They're gonna get mad. Oh, I need to wake up. Got him, yes. And got a 1-up, nice. Sweet. Hearts. Hearts. So I heard that the developers made the game this way to encourage couples to play games together. Yes! Extend, that's what you're spelling. Extend. Nice, 1-up. Alright, we got a KKK guy. And, these weird purple monster things. Oh, another piece of candy. Alright, let me go down here, get this guy. Alrighty. Now we're good. So, Miss Mia, how do you feel about, do you know anything about the kill stream drama? About Faith? About Faith going back to Ethan Ralph? I feel like I'm documenting on a narrating on some sort of like daytime soap opera. And this week in Necta, Faith goes back to Ethan Ralph, a degenerate drunk, a pill-popping degenerate drunk, against her father's wishes. But the father cannot contain her, because he made the mistake of giving his 14-year-old girl a cell phone. Or I should say, made a mistake of giving his girl a cell phone when she was 14. Yep, she will. She will regret it. When we're young, we make some really dumb mistakes, and we think we're in the right. Oh man, if you want to be... One thing I like on this channel, I think one reason why people like me, even though I'm a small channel, just a tiny voice of reason in the sea of crazy, is that I'm all about honesty over here. Might not think so, but I am. Oh, fucking shit. We've all done things when we're young that are really dumb and stupid. Oh, Christ. What is going on here? Saying the Lord's name in vain. Get up there. Ah, these bubbles are not being kind. I guess I just have to jump in and fire. I mean, if I don't turn this around, I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna... Can I make it to the 20s at least? I'll play this again, that's what I have to do. But yeah, we've done some stupid stuff when we're young. What's some of the dumb things you've done? I'll tell you mine. I dated this chick once. And when I introduced her to my family, you know what she did? She meowed. She meowed like a cat. And no, she was not a furry. She was not a furry. I don't think furries were a thing then. She meowed. And I was still dating her. It didn't stop me. And the reason why was because my parents were trying to tell me not to. And anything my parents told me to do, I did the opposite of. Right? God, man. And sometimes I think back, had I only listened. But then, I kind of have what I have now, which I like what I have now. Wife, kids. Good job. Good life. Does it all serve a purpose? I mean, maybe this won't be the end for Fai Fai Faith. Maybe she'll just learn from this mistake. Maybe this won't ruin her. Maybe this will just be a dumb mistake she makes. And she will grow out of it. You know, for her sake, I hope so. I really do. Faith did go home. That's what I heard. Word around town, right? Faith went... No, sorry. Faith went home for a little bit, apparently. But she went back. She went back. And her dad was not interested. Or, her dad was not very happy about that. At all. I need to get in there. You jump on these bubbles. And her dad revealed that his mistake was that he gave her a cell phone when she was 14 years old. Now let me ask you guys. I started with this question. Is it ever a good idea to give your kid a cell phone? 13, 14. Would you give your kid a cell phone? If you want my advice, no. And that's not coming from a father. I can't really tell you what I do, what my day job is, but you can kind of figure it out. I can tell you firsthand, some of the biggest problems I run into are parents that have to deal with the fact that their kids do stupid stuff when they have cell phones. 13, 14-year-old girls, 13, 14-year-old boys doing some really dumb things that could screw with their life forever. Contacting people that could screw with their life forever. Because they have a cell phone. And if you're not watching them and they have that phone, you're opening Pandora's box. If you're gonna give your kid a phone, if you're gonna do that, you have to monitor what they say. Every communication. You have to spy on them like you're China. That's what you have to do. You have to spy on them like you're China. And if they say anything about it, you just take it away. You just take it away. Be like, you want it back? Then understand the rules. Then I'm gonna leave you. You're gonna run away. You're gonna run. You're gonna go. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? I pay for everything. At that point, when your teenager does that, you are in a bad spot. Because you can cave, turn around and be like, okay, fine. You can keep your phone. You can stay here. Or you can open up another dialogue, be like, we want you to stay here, but we want you to be safe. What about your safety? Because if you push hard, he or she, your teenager, could just run away from home. And that's not on you. That's not on you. They may do that. What I would do, I've seen this happen. This happened to me, well, by proxy. A certain family member was really getting at it. Really getting at her dad. And I was staying over there at the time. And her dad had enough of it. I was like, that's it. Everyone in the truck. Everyone in the truck. And what I got was a tour of the city I live in. A tour of some of the The homeless people. The people living under the bridge, smoking crack pipes. Like, that's your future. You run away from home, that's what you're gonna see. That's what you're gonna find. That's what you're gonna be with. You wanna be with that? You wanna do that? Is that what you want? Of course, this was before cell phones, so you could. You know what? I would just never give your teenager a cell phone. Just do not do that. Don't do that. And if you're gonna do that, you gotta make sure your teenager is like, sane and stable, honest. Actually talks to you. Oh man, I hate. All right, now these levels are getting tough. What does that cane do? What does that cane do? Oh shit, they're coming up. The KKK guys are coming up. What does that cane do? What the fuck did it do? I gotta drop down there, but that was a waste. Alright, let me go back up there so the robots will go up, and then I will put them in my bubbles. Get up here, asshole. Come up here. Come on, dude. Are you fucking serious? Okay. I want to get all... Hurry. Oh, shit. I gotta hurry up. Come on. Okay, I'm not doing so well racking in the points, so... Oh, there's still that one guy. Oh, we got that, finally. Because I only have one life left. I have to... That Godwinson video was fucking fire. Oh, I haven't seen it. Oh, let me check. Of course I'm back. I try not to have the internet drama stuff on the Deadman Stone podcast, because it's not... I don't think it's the same audience. I know it's not. I know there's a core audience for the Deadman Stone podcast. It might be small, but they're kind of there for like... They're kind of like more of the other writers and authors and stuff. But then, you know, sometimes I don't know. Like, how much they know and how much they don't know. You know? I'd probably get more views if I combined the two. Every now and then I do that. Obviously, I walk a line. Feel like I'm living a double life. If that makes sense. I look at this channel and be like, yeah, so I do talk about horror-related stuff, but man, the bulk of the content, I'm talking about like other shit. Like what Ethan Ralph is doing and what or I don't know, just random shit. If I had a producer, they would probably be fucking mad. Why are you digging into drama? It's not my drama. I'm just covering it. It's great. It's fun. Laughing at idiots. Ah! Get over here, asshole. What are you... Okay. I cannot die. I need a sidekick. Oh, like a co-host? Ah, I died. I used to have one. I don't need a co-host. Sometimes co-hosts bring issues and stuff. Wait, Ralph literally said on stream he was living the gimmick too much. Interesting choice words. The gimmick. The gimmick? What, that he's an alcoholic? Okay. Pretty convincing, man. Spill the beans. Yeah. So guys, I might be nice, but I guess I don't get along well with others. No. It's just me. It's just me. I just keep it me. I'm like, my solo career. Here it is. You can be your own co-host. Just record yourself reacting to yourself. And you know what? I think wasn't it you, Timothy, who said you should do a fight with yourself or war with yourself? I did that video, and I kid you not, I'm actually working on a script for the next one. I want to do that live too. I just hope it goes well, because obviously one version of me is gonna be pre-recorded, so. It's pretty cruel. It's the ghost of my past coming to haunt me for things I've done. I may or might have done. It's pretty revealing. Or maybe it's all for show. We'll find out. You are awfully hard on yourself. What you don't know, what you probably don't know yet, I am pretty hard on myself. I gotta tell you, man. I gotta tell you. I am my worst critic. I am. I can do it, man. I crank it up to 11. Crank it up to 11 on the self-deprivation. Oh, what the okay. Why am I doing this? The other bubbles give you points too. Just rack it in now. Like that. Whee! But I learned a long time ago that you don't talk about your own drama on your show. With co-hosts, with family, or anything. You don't cover your own drama. Never a good idea. Never, ever, ever a good idea. And because of that, I don't do that. And for the... But see, now that makes it seem like there was drama. There is no drama. Like my former co-hosts, SK and Tammy G. No drama there. We actually just went our separate ways. With Kybus for a little bit. He let me know from the beginning it's just going to be temporary. And that's why I said yes. It was just going to be temporary, because I didn't want to have a co-host. It's a lot harder to do a show without a co-host. It means you gotta constantly be talking and gotta constantly have something to talk about. You're not gonna have any banter. You're not gonna have another side to the argument or whatever, another perspective. It's just gonna be you. So you gotta, in that case, you better go hard what you say. You know, or play the straight man. So I do a little bit of both. I just be me. On these streams, what am I fucking talking about? I'm gonna say these streams like I'm not being me. I'm on the Dip and Stone podcast. It's the same person. It's me. Jeez. The only difference is one's more like horror specific and books and writing. I was actually gonna cover something else on the Dip and Stone podcast tonight. I was gonna cover this book I read called Mandy D. Sandra, a book about giant women who put men in their vaginas. It's not a good book. It has a very heavy feminist slant. It's let me summarize it for you. Think about the Gillette commercial that men are toxic and can do better, but in book form. But with bizarro erotic themes. So, It tries to have a message, but it's dirty while doing it, and the message is confusing. Because in the end, women lose. Because women always lose, because women can't... Women, even when they're giants, can't win against men. Because the patriarchy is just that strong. So I'll cover that in a later episode. Because that author is actually a politician. I believe she's a... I don't know what she is. I think she's a politician. You guys might know who she is. You guys might know. Just Google it. Mandy D. Sandra. That's her pen name. So with your tax money, what she does on her time, probably on the government dime, is write this stuff. So there's that. It's not very smart, not really thought out. Almost as heavy-handed as the story I read to you during the Deadman Stone podcast, which was pretty heavy-handed because it's satire. It's fucking satire. That's all it is. I have not been paying attention to the chat. The chat's on one monitor and this game is on another. Let me take a look. I'm trying to pause. Oh, you can't pause right here. Okay. Well, this weekend was pretty messy. Was pretty messed up. A poor guy who got beat up. Oh, yeah. Manny D. Saunders sounds like a stripper name. It is a stripper name. Might as well. Kaiser Hartson, if you stay with me long enough and prove yourself, you'll also be a mod, because that's what happens. And then I find the mods fight each other. No, I'm just fucking. Oh, what's gonna happen with Fai Fai? Is she gonna make it? Is she gonna get impregnated? Is she gonna have Ethan's baby? Yeah, I saw that. Black Lives Matter beat up a trans woman. Beat up a trans woman. And beat up a man that was defending her. Wow. Way to go. Way to go for Black Lives Mattering. You know? What a bold message right there. I think it was within the same week that it streamed about them wanting to take your homes. Take your homes away. Hey, white guy, you want a home? Guess what? You need to give that home up to a black person. You're gonna pay the mortgage too? Like, how's that gonna work? Like, are you gonna? Am I just giving you the home, and I'm still paying on it? Because that's not happening. Could you imagine a Black Lives Matter riot going to a bank, going to a title agency, and demanding that certain homes be transferred to other people? You know, a lot can happen through threat of violence. And imagine the chaos. You know, in Seattle and Portland, with the cops not doing anything, I say, let it burn. Let it burn. Let it all burn. Let those leftists... I mean, it's not a dystopia. It's what they want. They have it. They have their Marxist land. They have their Marxist revolution right there. They have it. Let them do it. Let them see what happens. Let's watch. Let's watch. Arm up while you watch. Oh, no! Why'd I do that? I can't do two-player. He's gonna die. Damn it. Don't press select when you push start. get the umbrella. Oh, yeah, skip levels. That's nice. But he's gonna die. I'm gonna group them all together. Oh, get up there. Get. Oh, let me get the can. I'll group them all together. Alright. Ah, got. He's still alive. He's still alive. I wonder if I can keep him alive. He's gonna stay alive for a little while. Nice. Well, he survived like 2 levels, 3 levels. And guys, what about Dick Masterson? Like, he wants to gut himself on the cheese pizza hill. He had Mersh from Revenge of the Sith. A Star Wars reference, yay. Calling him out. Be like, man, that's weird, bro. You know? I mean, and Mersh has some pretty bad takes. At times. You gotta, sometimes like, oh man, ooh. But okay. Yep, Dick Masterson is Hollywood. He's so Wednesday. I plan on doing a cheese pizza themed episode about Hollywood, as course to promote the next book that's coming out, Hollywood Holocaust, which is all about celebrities getting their due by whether it be monsters or serial killers or just whatever. And yeah. So I've been doing that. Wednesdays I've been doing those sort of style streams. And I like them. They're fun. And that issue, it's almost done. I'm actually just waiting on the cover. That's what I'm waiting on. The cover artist, he's good. He's a good guy. And I can't complain. Because the amount for what it costs, it's good. It's worth it. The only thing that kind of messed up is that is Kim Kardashian and Kanye West really getting a divorce? I heard about that, and that kind of messes with one of the stories in that issue. But even so, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Hollywood Babylon. That would be good. I wonder if I can change the title that quickly. I mean, Holocaust though, it has that ring to it. Oh, I'm keeping the Holocaust thing because it has a Duke Nukem reference, and I'm keeping it. If for some reason, if they have some problems on Amazon being listed due to that name, which I don't think it's gonna have any problems. But if it does, I'll change it to that. That would be its code name. But yeah, I streamed a lot of Duke Nukem. And could make a series of books. I could do Red Light District. It's erotica horror for the more perverted minds. I've been porn free for a while, so it means nothing to me. But if I'm gonna feed the degenerates, I'll gladly do so. I'll profit off their sin. Okay. Gotta line it up just right. Okay, that's one. Man, this is gonna take forever. Oh, can I just get in there? Oh, I died. Man, this thing is gonna suck a nut. Take it. Ugh. Come on, man. Okay, there we go. There we go. Can I get some points? I know, right? Ralph is... Actually, wait. Godwinson had a video. I have not seen this. I should see this. It's right... Shoot me a link, and I'll fire it up right now. If you're a writer and you can't get started, you want advice? Like, where are you at? Like, have you written anything? Have you written a story or flash fiction? Like, where are you at? You have a story out there and you're trying to send it and it gets rejected. If so, I say drink some writer's tears and tough it up. But part of the reason why I started Dead Man's Tome is because I've received a lot of rejections during a time when I noticed that a lot of e-zines were being closed down or were shutting down because, look, it's not profitable. These publishing outlets, I guarantee you, they're not making much money. They're not making much money. And if they are, they found the science. They cracked the code. Or they're finding funding elsewhere. Not China, nothing that big, but like, they're getting money by some other means. Maybe their personal pocket, you know, their own pocket. Do heroin. Yeah. Heroin might help. Yeah, you can do a lot of crowdfunding. You can do that. That seems to work for comics. I've seen that. I've seen that with books. I backed. I think. What's his name? I have his book on my shelf over there. I don't remember his name. I think Frank Martin. He's been on the show before. I like the story too. Honestly, I'm bad with names. My memory might be as bad as Biden sometimes. Shit. Maybe as bad as Trump's. If I'm just reminded about something, if I have a teleprompter in front of me, I'll know. You know. Okay. Let me watch this video.
Again, we've been streaming to absolutely no.
That was today. That's an hour long, ladies and gentlemen. Am I gonna watch this? Okay. Well, first, let me cut the game because I know I'm not gonna resume that after this. Okay. Yeah, if you're just getting started with writing, then I would say, like anyone would say, just start writing. That's it. Just start writing. What do you want to write? You can write to market, or you can write for yourself. You can try to do a combination of both, but it's going to be either or, right? If you write to market, you know, write to make some quick money. Are you willing to write some smut? That sells very well on Amazon. Write some gay erotica smut. You'll make some money. You'll be able to buy some beer or soda, whatever you want with it. You won't feel good afterwards, but you can do it. We pay the bill somehow. And how you justify it is up to you. On that one, I can't judge. I didn't write gay smut, but I wrote some erotica stuff under a pen name that I'm not gonna give. I'm not gonna give that out. You would have to kill me for that. You would have to kill me for that information. You would. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. And make sure the volume is good. And we'll just enjoy this for the rest of the night, I suppose. Butt smut. Butt sex by not dead man. It's funny.
Again, we've been streaming to absolutely no one. So I've just been talking for about half an hour to no one. To no one. You know, I did a song, I did a fucking dance, and I'm too out of breath, I'm too disheveled, and I'm too tired to repeat that. Maybe at the end of the show.
I hate it when that happens. That's happened before. Recently, I think some of you know, like I fired up a stream, I was talking about it, I was like, oh, it's not working. Damn it, my audio settings got changed. Switched over after a Windows update. Without fail, every time.
And I hope this is live now. I hope I'm not just going to do the same half hour again. But to avoid that, we're just going to go straight into the audio. With the halfway crook, right? The halfway crook. The guy who was Faith's boyfriend. They were never in the same room physically. It all existed online from what I understand. Now he's responding to Rand's crazy accusations. And I just wanted to play a bit of this, go into Mr. Vickers' tweets, and then maybe round off the show with a bit of the Dax defending pedophiles analysis there. So we've got a great show coming up. I'm sorry.
Which, by the way, I think I did a pretty good stream on that one. Hey, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think, because I covered that like whoosh, the moment after, I'm like, holy shit. I listened to that stream that Mad at the Internet where Noel called into the Dick show, and I was like, did Dick really defend Lolicon? As if Lolicon doesn't expose someone as a pedophile? The logic is super simple. A 5-year-old could get it. People watch certain porns because that porn, it satisfies a certain fetish. It satisfies what they desire, right? If you're straight, you're going to watch straight porn. Or you're going to watch two chicks get it on, lesbian porn, right? If you're gay, you're going to watch gay porn. If you're into furries, you're going to watch furry porn. If you're into feet, you're going to watch feet. If you're into racial, you watch that. So, what kind of person would watch depictions, illustrations of children getting fucked? Who would do that? Anyway.
Sorry you've missed about a quarter of it. Like, I don't know. But let's get into this. So this is what he's put up on his Halfway Crook channel. Now, from this point forward, halfway king, a halfway king. This man didn't do nothing wrong. Brother in arms, a halfway king. So let's go. Let's try and listen to his hot take here. I've sort of skipped ahead to the point where he's started to look at and give his hot take on Rand. Before then, he sounds pretty defeated. He says that this is what my life is now. I guess I have to step up to the mark. He guesses he's going to have to become this channel where he calls out the lies of the Gunt God. He feels the light in his soul. He feels the crusade calling him forth. So this is what his life is now. I just want to say this before we begin. Don't feel defeated. Don't feel broken, because we're here for you. Myself.
Who blew out Sargon? And Ralph, you're talking about Godwinson?
Need to be sending the simping texts to Faith. There's no need to be going out of your head, out of your mind, because she's gone off with this gaunted goblin, Ethan Ralph. You will find better, I am sure. She is not the pinnacle. I am certain of that, a halfway king. So let's get into this. So this is his voice.
The growth that I've gained. Anyways, this person, I've never heard of him. Randbot.
Rambot!
This person.
My
I've never
mensch!
heard of him. Randbot 2020. He's making up a bunch of shit.
No one knows who Randbot is. Let's be honest, right?
Rand's claims were, but I think what he's... I've seen a bit of the video. I think what he's got an issue with Rand about is that Rand said... I mean, try and get yourself into the zone here. He says that a halfway crook sent Ralph CP so that Ralph would send the Faith Vickers video. Now, this has come from Rand, a very close personal member of the Gunt Guard. Whether Rand is derangedly confirming that Ralph has CP on his computer, or whether...
I mean, that's what he would confirm, right?
Confusion. Rand, after the ammo box fell on his head, after he lost his child, after he talked about...
Why does Rand gut guard so much?
Cheap liquor he's drinking.
Ralph doesn't like him.
We're at this point now where he's saying that a halfway crook sent him CP, and in turn Ralph sent the stinky thumb video. Like, I know we need to get in the zone, the Twilight Zone. It's been a long day. I know you've got to take a few crazy pills to get into this, but a halfway crook, he's not going to let this stand. He's just going to go at it full tilt and just say, Rand, you're a slanderous bastard. Fight me. You want to step up? You want to take this outside? Rambot? By all means.
Bit by bit. What's up, Shamu?
I hate this, by the way, that these streamers do, where they
spoken
read
to
the
Faith.
chat like this. Fuck the chat.
That's not an unwillingness to...
I like the chat. I love you guys.
I have reached out. But I've sent her one final email.
I'm just going to turn it down.
I'll
So this poor guy is still going. He's still trying to simp for Faith. We'll get into what the father is saying.
Can
There's some
Godwinson
crazy
grow a
shit that's come
beard?
out today about
I don't think he can.
what's been going on with
Look
her
at his
trip
fish
back
wire.
home and what happened there. But this guy is still sending emails and Instagram DMs to try and woo her, try and win her heart. It's just not going to happen. And I personally wouldn't put the effort in if I was a halfway king.
The things that he's saying is fucking insane.
So what Rand is saying is fucking insane.
We're just gonna play.
Yeah, play it.
Like I said, we're gonna go by this bit by bit.
We'll do about 10 minutes of this because this goes on for a long ass time. But just note, right, that this guy, he's not alone.
That I ever say about any of what's going on.
So he's promising that this will be the last thing he'll ever say about anything what's going on. I doubt that, once he realizes he's got friends and he's got a circle of people that will not only help him through
Hey, cool
the
tactic.
dark times he's
When
in,
does this get on
but
fire?
also make him see the light. And
Where
make
should
him
I start?
see
Right
that
here?
Faith
Or should I skip
Vickers
ahead?
Isn't all that. Isn't necessarily the best thing since sliced bread, and he shouldn't be putting all of these man hours into trying to, I don't know, woo this woman, buy her a bicycle made for two.
I just want to move on.
Yeah, move on, brother.
Getting,
Move on.
Every time I hear bicycles, I think fat bottom girls.
I'm not saying
The Queen.
this is a-
Right, so
Great
I hate
song.
it also as well when they reel off their mental illnesses before.
Can you imagine Freddie Mercury, a gay guy, Queen, iconic song, fat bottom girls about nice asses. Anyway,
what she said.
when he talks about Mr. Vickers' tweets, all right, let me skip to that. Let me skip to where does he do that?
Famous! These guys are looking at Ethan Ralph with horror. They want her back and they're going to do everything they can
He's
to
looking like
bring
he's
her
crying.
back. Next sentence, he flew across the country, him and his wife. So they've flown to Guntsville, Virginia. They've been to the Crack Shack. Or maybe it was like an Arby's where they had to
Uh,
bring whatever infographics and whatever posts he puts out next with the information that Matt Vickers has provided here. Now, I've got to
Whoa. Okay, so he's talking
turn
about...
off the request for downloading the Twitter app. Let's scroll down. Here we go. He's still tweeting as we speak, right?
Okay, let me skip a little bit back.
Liars and frauds and charlatans. Okay, right. I don't want necessarily. I'm not going to.
I'm looking for the part where he starts talking about Mr. Vickers.
The reality is, myself and PPP did a 2-hour-long dissection of his daughter's sex tape. So, I mean, that's fair game. That's fair game. But the reality of the situation is, at the current moment in time, is that he's tweeting and he's asking all of you out there to ask him questions that he'll field. He'll absolutely answer them. He's saying that he's reading Kiwi Farms. I'm just getting the mindset of that. Like,
Mr. Vickers, Fai Fai's father, is reading Kiwi
dating
Farms.
Ethan Ralph, and therefore, by association, you have to constantly be refreshing the Kiwi Farms to see what else the neat samurai are digging up on your daughter. Will there be another sex tape? Will there be an assortment of other images that leak from Ethan Ralph's phone that he tries to spin into something else? But there's some very interesting things that Matt Vickers has been saying. Let's get into this. I did bookmark this, but whether it's actually going to come up, who the fuck knows? What a fucking disaster.
I wonder
So
if he's
I've got to
a
go to my
Stephen King
bookmarks
fan.
here.
Maybe I can get him on the Demonstone
Matthew
podcast.
Vickers'
Let's talk
timeline.
about that.
Now, you can all look yourselves on at Matt W. Vickers. That's the Twitter handle. There's some crazy shit that he's been saying, and it does explain a lot, to be honest. It fills in a lot of the gaps, more so than any of Squire of Gothos' digging. I imagine the Squire is going to be bolstering whatever infographics and whatever posts he puts out next with the information that Matt Vickers has provided here. Now, I've got to turn off the request for downloading the Twitter app. Let's scroll down. Here we go. He's still tweeting as we speak, right? We're going to go back about 4 hours ago to the point where he says, Faith's mother and I did everything we could. Flew across the country, got her in the hospital where she was when the sex tape was leaked, incidentally, spent over 10K and wasted 10 more days of our time, all on Faith's request. She grifted us good. Let's fucking dissect that, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy
There's
shit.
just so much there.
Holy shit. They spent time with her. They try to take care of her mental health needs. And she still did this. She still goes back with the gun. The heart knows what it wants, huh? You can't quit the gun. It's like once you go black, you don't go back. Once you go gunt, you don't. You got to finish that for me.
In one of many, many tweets that we're going to pick apart right here tonight. Faith's mother and I did everything we could. I'm going to assume, right, that they did do that. They seem to be, him and his wife, they seem to be quite a coherent unit. They've been together for, 22 years, something crazy like that. They've had a very, very good time.
You get a
there,
blunt.
where they're from.
A greasy blunt.
They've brought their
under
daughter
the gun.
up right, from what I can see. From what I understand. He's working. He's got his own business.
That's not what this is, though.
He seems like an upstanding pillar of the community, and I don't know necessarily about the wife, but it seems to me that unlike the other redneck trash that would happily sign their daughter away to Ethan Ralph because that bitch gonna be famous, these guys are looking at Ethan Ralph with horror. They want her back, and they're going to do everything they can to bring her back. Next sentence, he flew across the country, him and his wife. So they've flown to Guntsville, Virginia. They've been to the crack shack. Or maybe it was like an Arby's where they had to pick her up because Ralph wouldn't let them near the crack shack. Maybe Ralph had to drive her there and...
They've been to the crack shack? That doesn't... No. I refuse to believe that. Mr. Vickers stood outside the home where Ethan Ralph lives and didn't go in and beat the shit out of him? They spent a week there in Virginia.
And there was like a meeting where Ralph handed over the child bride to her parents in the Arby's car park. So they flew across the country at their own expense. And they got her in hospital. In hospital. Now, it's not because Ralph has been beating her, which is what I thought when I first saw this. I thought, oh shit, you know, this is getting really fucking bizarre now. I thought, oh shit,
She probably was drinking too much, probably fucked up her liver. This is new stuff that's been happening. New stuff. Godwinson, he's a character. I'll tell you. I'll say that much. He does look like a salesman that's coked out. But this is Mr. Vickers is the father of Faith, the chick that rode the gun. You saw the sex tape. I imagine you all saw the sex tape.
He's been beating her. There's been something going on. It seems to me that she's been checked into a psychiatric hospital or some sort of rehab center where she can get off the booze and the drugs that Ralph is giving her, right? And while she's in hospital, Matt Vickers is saying the video was then leaked. The video was then leaked. So this is the timeline, according to Matt Vickers, who I believe 100%. This man, next to Ethan Ralph and Diddler Dax and the whole fucking cabal, this man is a saint. This man is a pillar, a beacon of light that should be listened.
Okay, I like how Godwinson has a way with words. He's very charitable. Man, I think he's too kind with the words. Mr. Vickers, I don't have any reason to think he's a bad dad, but he did give his 14-year-old daughter a cell phone. I gotta ask the chat again. That mistake, it's common. It happens a lot. But isn't that bad parenting? Giving your teenage daughter a cell phone?
To. And not harassed, I'm going to say. Like, I'm not going to fucking pillory this man. This man seems to be the cleanest of clean in this whole affair. What his daughter does is her business, right?
Okay, I'll listen.
I'm a great believer in the idea that parenting stops at a certain level. He hasn't stopped parenting her. He's still there for her, clearly. But what she does in her own time, when she's been locked away in her bedroom, on the internet, being groomed by Ethan Ralph and various other grifters, I mean, that's out of his control. That is out of his control. And we're in the reality now where, I mean, I say to my friends all the time, I don't want a daughter. When I have kids, I just don't want a daughter. Because this could happen.
Daughters are the worst. You pretty much have to raise your daughter to be on point. And oh god dang it.
This is like a nightmare, realized, for every...
If you give your child a cell phone, I say, from my experience, not my parenting experience, but from experience working with other families and dealing with issues that they have to deal with, monitor their messages like you're fucking China. You monitor their phone use like you're fucking China. Okay? You got to know who they're talking to, what they're saying. You got to know that. You have to. You have to have a clear understanding about that.
Prospective father out there. Will my daughter grow up and be sitting on the gunt? Will my daughter grow up and be on the gunt there?
It's gross.
Will she wipe? Ladies and gentlemen, harrowing questions that we have to ask ourselves as potential parents. So, I know it's a sexist thing to say, but I don't...
Good question. At what age is appropriate to give them a phone? I'll say, if your child has demonstrated, if your teenager has demonstrated that they are responsible and honest with you, of course, teenagers always keep something away. You know? But if they can keep a job, a stable job, are good with their grades, can maintain their grades, it can maintain stability, then yeah, you can give them a phone. you can give him a phone. If they can't, and he just doesn't want to have a way to contact them, give him a really restricted phone, like one of these things. Give him one of these things. That's what you get.
Don't necessarily want a daughter. That's just me. That's just my real take on this situation, because something like this could happen. She seems to be from a very middle class, very solid upbringing, and she's rebelled in that situation to the point where here she is, right? So they've checked her into a hospital, psychiatric hospital. We're going to go and put all our chips on there. Maybe it was a rehab center. Who knows? But I'm going to lean with psychiatric hospital, because I would need to check into a fucking psychiatric clinic if I were dating Ethan Ralph, and half of the shit that's happened to me in the fucking 2 weeks that she's been together with Ethan Ralph.
I don't know. If we reflect upon the message that Faye said, that she found out about something and she was going to go home, right? Remember that it was an Instagram post, right? That there's something that wasn't told to her and she needs to do something. Something important. We thought it was pressing. We thought maybe she was going to go visit her mom. Maybe her mom was sick. But no, something else was happening. What if she's pregnant? I could be wrong about that. I hope so.
Had occurred, right? So Ralph leaks the video whilst she's in hospital, after he's handed her over in the Arby's car park to the parents. Then he decides to leak the video. Now, once that was said, this is what I think. I think Ralph did this to exercise control. He didn't do this as revenge porn, even though that's exactly what it is. But his intentions weren't even to prove to a halfway king that he wasn't a cuck. His intentions were purely to fuck her in the head. To just fuck her in the head while she's in hospital, so she feels that she has...
Well, I have to disagree there. Here, Godwinson's giving Ethan Ralph a little too much. Like Ethan Ralph's playing 4D chess. No, Ethan Ralph is like a moment guy. He's like in the moment, thinking in the moment. That's it. That's it. It's given too much credit.
Has no options now. She'll be too ashamed to go back to her parents because her parents have seen her stinky anus. And now she's forever going to be shackled to Ethan Ralph. It's classic coercion.
But at the same time, well, I might be thinking in the moment to, well, halfway king and all that. The consequence of that, the byproduct of that will be that it's going to exercise some sort of control over Faith.
It's classic control. I hate to be real, but this is what's happening. This is what's happening. In about 10 years' time, when I'm appearing on true life, true crime programs, documentaries, where I'm having to give hot takes on Ethan Ralph, the pedophile, and Jahans, the mass murderer, the beast of Bodmore, whatever the fuck. These are going to be the hot takes that I'll be saying for money on
Godwinson's funny.
CBS drama, CBS.
Godwinson's hilarious. Does Godwinson have a book? Is there an angle where I can get him on the Demonstone podcast? Because, like I said, I don't really want the... We got to talk about some horror, other than the horror show that is this drama.
Reality. That's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. He spent over 10k of his own money. Now, I did a bit of a Google search. It doesn't cost 10k to fly out to Guntsville, Virginia. It costs a sizable sum, I'm not going to lie. And that has been compounded by COVID-19, hiking up the prices. But he's obviously spent more money. Upwards of about, let's say, 8k. Upwards of about 8k. Somewhere around that region. Checking her into this hospital. Ensuring that
he's like
his
super
daughter
sweaty.
gets better. This is a caring, honest father. I don't care what anyone says. This man has his head switched on, and through thick and thin, he's obviously going to be there for his daughter. So he spent all of this money, and it's...
Godwinson has to be a writer. The way he is with words, he has to be a writer. Or is it that... I don't know. He has to be a writer. Come on, he has to.
Seems to me that he's spent 10 days of his time out there with faith, trying to make her better, maybe at her daughter's bedside in hospital, various other things. This man is a fucking saint. This man has done far more than, I'm going to be honest, that I would do in this situation. If my daughter had reached that age and she'd gone off and rebelled and gone with someone like Ethan Ralph, God fucking forbid, disinherited, out of the will,
I wipe my hands with her.
Don't come back. Mm-hmm. That's just me. Now, is that cold?
Oh, it's not cold. That's truth. That's truth right there. Yeah, that may happen. That may happen with your teenage daughter. With your teenage son, too. They can make dumb choices. I made some really stupid choices. I'm sure my family can tell you all about that. But if that happens, you could just disavow, disown. Well, they're not no longer your kid at 18. Yeah, sure, they can come over. They can come over for Thanksgiving dinner. But boy, is that going to be an awkward conversation when you ask, so, who are you dating now? Do we want to know?
Is that cold? Not for me. Not for me. Because you've got to draw lines in the sand. People constantly tell me that you'll feel differently when you have children.
Storyteller.
I assume I probably will. But there have to be lines in the sand. And you can't anticipate stuff like this. Now, we all hear fathers tell their kids, if you do this, I won't speak to you, or if you do this, this is bad, and da-da-da-da-da. If you grow up and you marry this person, it'll be bad, da-da-da-da. But there's nothing in the vocabulary back in, 19... or even 2000, back in 2000, there's nothing in the vocabulary when he's telling his little daughter there, if you grow up and date any celebrity, I'll disown you. Like, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there about that. If you date Ethan Ralph, like, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in the guidebook about that. Hopefully there is going to be soon. Hopefully future generations will learn from this relationship between Ethan Ralph and this child bride. But, I mean, Matthew Vickers was really charting uncharted territory. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I have to give him that, right? There's not a guidebook for what to do when my teenage daughter is obsessed with an e-celeb on D-Live.
So he says that he wasted, and his wife wasted 10 days of their time, all on Faith's request. Now that's fucking important. All of this was on Faith's request. She called her mother and her father, according to Matthew's tweets here, because she wanted their help. She wanted them to fly out. She wanted them to check her into hospital and get her better. This was on Faith's request. She couldn't have consented to Ralph leaking the sex tape because she's checked into hospital. Now, he says here in a moment of anger, and I assume he'll regret this, or maybe he'll delete the tweet, or maybe he's just trying to deliver some tough punishment and tough love. He says that she grifted us good, right? She grifted us good. So, I don't know, like, I'm going to be honest. She's your daughter, man. Like, there's a various fucking... I can only imagine what you're going through. And this is a fair statement, right? She seems to do this with a lot of people, manipulate them, various other things. But the reality is, right, she's your daughter. While she did grift you and do stuff like this, I don't think it's necessarily her. I feel as though she hasn't got a choice. I feel as though when she was in hospital and she was starting to see the light and she thought, oh, I can fly out of Guntsville, Virginia, I can go back home to my parents and I can live a normal life. Maybe I can go to college or do something with my life just in general. Away from Ethan Ralph, away from the internet, away from Halfway King. I imagine that when she was just in that moment, Ralph leaks a sex tape, breaks her will, makes her feel ashamed to go.
Those are nice words. A lot of nice words there. But, I mean, she made that choice to go back. She made that choice to go back to him. I don't know if she ever even saw the light. I don't know anymore about that. I have little faith in faith. I have no faith in faith. I mean, after all, we're talking about someone who actually had sex with Ethan Ralph. I have no faith in faith at all.
Go back to her family and her friends at home. It's control, it's coercion. Now she's going to be shackled to him until she wises up and escapes. Joseph Fritzl style, you know? Maybe you'll hear about it more later on tonight. I'm in disbelief, quite frankly, but here we are. We're just going to carry on with the show. crazy ass email. Whoa. You'll see what I mean. If it doesn't come to fruition, I'll tell the story, but fuck. Anyway, next tweet. Matthew Vickers. Obviously, I was mistaken. This will be dealt with even if Faith is too stupid or crazy to know that she was a victim. So the father's going to deal with this now. The father's going to call the police.
Okay. Maybe we will see some criminal action being done. Hey, maybe.
Father is going to protect his daughter, and props to this fucking mensch. This absolute mensch. The father is going to deal with this because she, in her own mind, she's rebelling. I imagine she's feeling quite ashamed.
It sounds like the dad's going to take criminal action. Now, Nick Rekieta said that the revenge law in Virginia can only be done through like criminal. But that's weird because we did this quick and dirty Google search. We found that no, that's not true. You could actually do a civil cause, a civil action. But if they're going to do a civil action, I would imagine that she would have to be in on it. Like she would have to file it. The criminal, it's going to be tough because even if Vickers were to do that, Mr. Vickers were to do that, do a criminal, call the police and all that, and go through that course of action. He's going to run into a problem if Faith claims that she gave consent. But how could she when she was at a hospital? Right? How could she? I wonder if Mr. Vickers is going to do let's try to claim that his daughter, there's no way his daughter could consent. Maybe.
Especially that a mother and father have seen her sex tape. I imagine she feels quite ashamed. And it's not just a sex tape, an ordinary sex tape with someone her age that she could maybe get over when she reaches her mid-20s or into her 30s or whatever. The reality is she sat on the gunt of some mid-30s elephant skin jello gunt there. So it's just shameful. It's shameful all round. It's a shameful situation. But whether she's too stupid or crazy to know that she is a victim, I will deal with this. This is what the father is saying. And this is
good for
fucking
him.
King. This is a mensch. This is somebody that realizes that this is a phase in his daughter's life. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, people need to be punished for doing this shit.
Right.
He realizes the extent of the law, I assume. He realizes that Ralph committed a crime. And it's not just his daughter that he has to think about. It's the other daughters that Ralph is going to groom, bring to Guntsville, Virginia, and have them sit on his gunt there.
Well, I hope there's not a line of 17/18-year-olds lining up for Ethan Ralph's gunt for those lemons. If so, that's going to be the line of fucking potatoes right there. The same line that JF would be hitting. I mean, seriously. We're producing some really dumb fucking kids that line exists.
He continues. Option 1. A psychic James Bond hacked a phone and released a single incriminating file at precisely the right moment. Option 2. A drunk guy broke the law. It's option 2, ladies and gentlemen. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Ralph will have you believe that mundane Matt Kraut hacked the phone and leaked the sex tape.
Mundane Matt's not a hacker, and Kraut is an idiot. I mean, I don't really know Kraut, and I don't know anything about him. I just know that he could barely run OBS sometimes. Maybe more than me, because I did have that stream where I was like, the audio didn't work, but yeah, anyway.
No. We will not be gaslit. We will not stand for this, and nor will Matt Vickers, the father of the child bride, nor will this man. He says a drunk guy broke the law, and he is going to deal with this.
Good.
He's got to deal with it, ladies and gentlemen. He's stepping up. He's doing his duty. Now, whether the daughter will hate him for doing...
You know, Mr. Vickers watched this, right? He watched this. He probably thinks Godwinson... I wonder what he thinks of him. I wonder what he thinks of him. I'm curious. Probably that he needs to lay off the coke.
doing that, whether she'll rebel even further, don't matter. Because Matt's standing for what's right and what's just. And ultimately, what's fair in society. People shouldn't be allowed to break the law in such a flagrant manner in the way that Ethan Ralph has done, and be able to sit on your show with Andy Koksky, Beardson, and Bibble, and continue like nothing happened. Pretend to be swatted. Pretend that your hand's been slapped by
That's
the
right, we didn't even
long
cover that.
arm of the law so that nobody calls the
fake
police
swatting.
on your crimes. Oh, well, they already came to visit me, Gator, so I guess I got away with it. I got my selfie there where I'm looking like a thumb. No, no, no. Absolutely not. He sees through the bullshit, does Matt Vickers. Next tweet. We're doing the full line-by-line analysis of these tweets because this is fucking gold, ladies and gentlemen. For your information, I will answer questions that I legally can on this matter now. So, he's fielding questions. He's happy to answer your questions on his Twitter. I'm just going to say, don't be too disrespectful to the great man. Don't boo the great man. Just be respectful, be pleasant to the fellow, because he's going through a fucking rough time. And he says there that he'll answer questions he legally can. So he's obviously contacted the authorities, the relevant authorities, and they're building a case. He's catching a case. The green light is on Ethan Ralph's ass. And I seriously hope to God that there is some sort of retribution paid for Ethan Ralph ruining this man's daughter's life.
I agree.
Is it just me? Is it just me that wants a bit of fucking justice to happen in the world?
I fully agree.
Let's go. I will answer these questions for no other reason than to clear our family's...
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to wrap up. It's midnight in here. I'll go overtime. I'll work in the morning.
good name. Now, I'm going to speak for myself and a few other people here by saying that you don't need to clear your family's name. Your family's name is purely intact. It's simply the one rogue element that's been co-opted by these dark forces led by Diddler Dax and Ghetto Gunt there that have done this. Nobody is going to sully your family's good name. We're not going to boo you, the great man. Instead, we recognize that she's come from good stock, and her dalliance with Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph is a guy whose name is Dirt. It's not even a proper surname. It's two first names. Like an animal. Like an animal, ladies and gentlemen.
This is something I said. Two first names.
Some real inbred shit there with the two first names. LARPing is a real name. Like, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Let's go. Any crude or inappropriate comments, I'll just ignore and block. Fair enough. So don't waste your time, please. So he's been pleasant there. It's a very honest request. This man, like, it's one thing, right, to just ignore this, just shut off the internet, just pretend that it's not happening, just ignore your daughter's calls and stuff like this. It's another thing to actually be open, honest, be a beacon of truth, be a pillar of
Be open to people, random people on Twitter.
the community, and actually say, I'm going to answer your questions openly and honestly. This is more than the Gunt would do. This is more than Diddler Dax would do in the fucking whole cabal there.
Diddler Dax would just block you. He would just block you.
This is more than fucking Dame would fucking do.
Dame is
This
a
guy
fake.
is purely saying, just don't be fucking, don't send, you know, my daughter's stinky asshole to me, and we'll be fine. I'll answer your questions, whatever they are. Whatever they are. The first answer to one of the questions, he says that the first question I'll answer, though, is that Faith does not take meth. For whatever her faults are, that's not one of them. Now, there's been speculation as to whether she took it with the boyfriend, the meth boyfriend, a halfway king. That can be dismissed out of hand immediately upon the receipt of the knowledge that her and the boyfriend never were in the same space physically. It was purely an online relationship. So we can rule that out of hand. Now,
So she doesn't have meth mouth. She has just poor hygiene. She doesn't brush her teeth, is what you're saying. Maybe she has Mountain Dew mouth. Because Mountain Dew can ruin your teeth too.
I'm not going to rule out of hand any sort of drugs or alcohol that Ralph has given her. Like, I don't know what he's given her. I don't know what prescription medication he's given her. We can only go by Aid's account. The 40-year-old alien lady that cleaned Ralph's bedroom up there for a few weeks during the coronavirus lockdown. The rebound, that girl, woman. We can only go by her accounts and saying that Ralph stole her medication, her prescription medication, when she came up there. Ralph has responded in kind in the worst, most degenerate, reprehensible way possible by saying that she gave me a blowjob, and then she stuck her tongue in my ass. That's what he's been saying. So real classy, real classy.
Ooh, who would do that? Didn't she say she gave him pills so that he wouldn't be interested sexually?
Classy gentleman there, a real man of the South, ladies and gentlemen, real respectable person there. So yeah, okay, she doesn't take meth. I'll buy that. But I'm gonna say that you don't know half of the shit she's been taking with Ethan Ralph. Like, you just don't know. I don't know. No one knows.
Ethan Ralph doesn't have the energy of a meth guy. Imagine if Ethan Ralph was on meth and he's still fat. That's fucking loser, man. You're on meth and you're still fat? God damn.
But I can imagine it's pretty fucking illicit and it's pretty fucking bad. Now, he says here that obviously I am watching the Kiwi Farms boards. If you guys have questions that I can answer, don't bother sitting there theorizing. Just ask. I'm not going to get caught up on Kiwi Farms nonsense. So unlike the Halfway King, he's not going to set up a Kiwi Farms account. He's not going to post a picture of himself holding his tag under the handle saying, "Hi, Kiwi Farms." He's not going to do that. This man is the based boomer. He's going to answer and field all questions via Twitter and Skype and MSN Messenger and my...
That's where you should be. I mean, Kiwi Farms, you go and like, okay. All right, I'm just trying to collect some knowledge, but I don't know if I want to really play around in that area. I mean, you might have seen me there. I don't do much there. I just watch. I just observe.
MySpace. We're in the fucking rules of combat here, and the rules of conduct purely state that things should take place on IRC and various other long dead boomer platforms. But he's going to happily field your questions on Twitter if you're respectful.
I'm surprised it's not Facebook.
But it's just bizarre to me that he is actually, reading the Kiwi Farms thread. Like, just try and process that. You're a 50-something-year-old man.
I wonder if he's just going through the highlights like I usually do. Because, like, goddamn, it's so much sometimes.
You're on your own business. You've been married to your wife for a long period of time. By all accounts, you seem to be a decent, upstanding person. And now you've been sucked into this world. Now you're having to derangedly refresh Kiwi Farms every second to see if they're going to slander your daughter or slander you. I'm just going to give you the same advice that I give all of them. Don't read it, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't read it. Like, there's no need for Matt Vickers to be reading this shit, because all he's going to be seeing is memes of his daughter's asshole, memes of the jelly gun, memes that are going to hurt him, I assume, after a long period of time, because you can't switch that off. You can't desensitize yourself to something like that, someone that's your own flesh and blood. That's just me. But to prove his identity, he's done the most base thing I could possibly imagine. This is the most base thing that I could possibly imagine. So instead of like posting a selfie of himself holding a sign saying, "This is me, Kiwi Farms. This is me, Twitter. This is me, Kraut, Jarbo," what he does is he puts up like his gun permit, a photo of his gun permit, you know,
A
just
gun
in case
permit.
anyone's got any ideas. And he says, "Here's for the doubters, because I thought this would be more fun, and it is fun. Like this man, we already know that he's got an eye for Kino. We already know that he was probably making that guy with the glasses submissions back in 2009.
What?
But this man does have an eye for Kino. He says, "Here we go. This is for the doubters because I think it would be more fun." He posts his gun license. He says, "A receipt earlier
A gun license. That's good. That's fucking good.
with a date and time." We've just scrolled down a bit too far. We've got Faith's captive phone. You know it by the Obama-style Michael Scott case. So he's posted Faith's phone, right? That he's had to confiscate off her. That he's had to just take away and confiscate. No more internet for you, daughter. And his Utah CCW. And he's just parentheses that, haha. So this man has an eye for Kino, this man has an eye for Nectar. So big up for fucking Matt Vickers. Sufficient, question mark, it is more than sufficient, like, based boomer. But beyond the memes here, we're in real fucking territory where we're gonna have to go a bit gravelly in our voice here as we read
Gravelly in
the
the
next
voice.
tweet.
Okay.
Let's scroll up. This was about. So here's where he addresses me. He says that, "Oh, and I believe it was PPP and Godwinson who claimed that I was a guest on their show at some point." No! Most of you called BS on that, and you were correct. You win points. "I did not speak with anyone." He says, "I might be wrong, and feel free to correct me." So I don't know if because he's been browsing Kiwi Farm so much because his daughter's been sucked into this world. I don't know if he's also been taking the crazy pills. I don't know if we've all been fucking sucked into the Twilight Zone. We've all quantum leaped into this universe. We're all walking along the bridge of yesterday's Enterprise, and we're all doubting reality. But it sounds like he's doubting reality. It says that, you know, I might be wrong that the fake me didn't appear on the show. It could have been the real me. Who the fuck knows?
It was a good performance. I mean, it was great. It was very convincing. It was a really good performance. Come on now. I mean, God, that's Oscar worthy. Jesus Christ.
Who cares? I have entered a world that I have no comprehension of. The sky is made of custard, and I believe in the bumblebees and the black oil virus. But yeah, look, he wasn't on the show. We cleared this up within 5 hours of the show premiering. It was Turk February doing the best performance of his life. Real fucking outstanding performance. We did send out like a reply to Matt because we said, if you did want to come on the show, the invite's always there. We're not going to turn you away. We'll treat you respectfully. There'll be no issues, and we'll comply with all of your demands and all of your conditions. If you ever wanted to have your say. No pressure, man. Like, no pressure at all. But in lieu of that, we'll probably keep using the fake dad. We probably will. If the time comes and we have a good show, we'll probably use the fake dad in lieu of the real dad. That's just the rules of Kino and Nectar, ladies and gentlemen. That's just how it goes in the Kinodrome, ladies and gentlemen. He continues, "Jesus, Kiwi Farms, people. Just ask. My Facebook page is not at all an indication of how many guns I own. I own so many more than that. If I had a FFL in CA, California, I assume that is, for 6 years, another clear indication that I'm a law-abiding, solid citizen. FFL is easy. CDL in California or CA is not. So yeah, like this man, it's a fucking small armory in his bed.
Good. Oh, man, he's armed up. He's armed up to the teeth. He needs to get a free book. I need to give him a free book.
Room there in his basement. He's gonna go fucking Death Wish Charles Bronson Taken style on any fucking wannabe contenders.
I'm going to hit him
to
up for a
Ethan
free
Ralph's
book.
crown.
I'm telling him, let him know. I'm going to ship it to you.
And he makes a valid point. Like, he wouldn't be owning all of these guns if he wasn't a solid citizen, which he is, like this man is. We're going to refresh the page just to see if he's been tweeting since we started the show. But he makes valid points. Like, there's no disputing this man's character, this man's honesty. And above all, like, this man really does have some sort of love and affection for his daughter. Because he wouldn't be doing this. He just wouldn't be doing this. He'd have done the redneck thing of, go out and be famous, make a lot of babies, keep us rich in our old age, Faith. Suckle that gun. I imagine that's what Nora's parents did in a different accent, all the way from India, trying to use the internet celebrity of Ethan Ralph to bolster their claims. Now, shall we go on the tweets and replies, ladies and gentlemen?
Tweets and
Let's go on
replies.
the tweets and replies tab, if it will load. So he's been replying to your questions 14 minutes ago. He says that there was never any accusation or even suspicion that such abuse ever happened when she was in our care.
That's right.
But there has been an accusation from Ethan Ralph. Like, Ethan Ralph did tweet you, quote tweet you at that, to all of his followers and said that you, Matt Vickers, beat your daughter. That's what he said. Like, I'm not stirring
That's
the
the
pot,
tweet I started
even though
with
I
for
am.
the
And that's
show.
exactly what he said. While she has been gone, while Faith has been gone, she has claimed to her mother and I to have been raped freshman year of high school. Oh, fuck. And supposedly made other claims that happened after she left to Chris. So Chris is the halfway crook, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But there's a whole fucking sordid history here that I'm not even going to try and plunge into. That's for Squire. That's for the Squire of Gothos. That's for various other A-logs to do. This depresses me, quite frankly. He says that my worry is not the unintentional consequences from her intentional actions, so much as the intentional consequences for her intentional actions. Like, I'm mind-fucked here, these takes. Burning your parents so hard on purpose, not to mention little brothers. That's not going for the kill. That's going for the pain.
Man.
The pain. So she's burning bridges, according to Matt, her father. She's acting out, she's lashing out, she's a teenager, she's rebelling. But instead of doing so in a way that will just burn the bridge and we can maybe fucking re-erect it later on in the day, instead she's hurting them. She's inflicting pain.
Of course she is.
Father. That's the reality.
And honestly, I don't believe her. I don't believe her. I work with a lot of people, and a lot of them lie like this. I don't believe her. This is on the spot. I think it's on the spot. Dude, Godwinson's on a whole other level.
This situation. This man has gone all of his life being a solid citizen, being a solid member of the community, and now this has happened.
I think he's a teacher. He would
I
have
wouldn't
to
be able to deal with it. I'm going to be honest.
Or like a history teacher. God damn.
I can only imagine what he's going through, him and his wife. Are they staying up late at night, waiting for the phone to ring, waiting to fly back out to Guntsville, Virginia to try and save her again? Or it's real fucking bad shit. What can I say? It's real bad shit. He continues. I am not 100% no, but I am 99.9% sure that she's not in Guntsville, Virginia now. She will be soon, because I know that 1, she wanted to go back for some reason, and 2, he was willing to take her back. Desperate Ralph. Desperate Dan there, with his fucking empire of sand, of dirt.
Hey, thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this overtime.
Guntsville, Virginia, the crack shack.
Dad's be waking up late tomorrow. The kids be going late to daycare.
Made of fucking polystyrene with the dying mother next door through the paper cigarette thin walls with pixel perler art of Gator on the wall and Sedan who fucked off a long time ago, but maybe he'll come back. Will you come back now?
Oh, I still have that the shot. Yeah, I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot. I have this. You know what it is? It's Kraken. It's Kraken rum with coffee in it. I don't have a shot glass. So I'll pour it in this glass. But that might be more. We'll see. Release the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Here we go.
Damn, will you clean it up for me one last time, damn? They're trying to psychologically break me. They're trying to psychologically break me, Rant. What a fucking disaster, ladies and gentlemen. Her father says poor choices on both their parts. On both their parts. I'm going to keep peddling my take and say
is he going to sue both?
Coercive motherfucker.
I mean,
he is obviously considerably older than her. He's been married before. He's been in various other relationships that have been incredibly toxic and burned the woman upon exit. He's not a pleasant individual to associate with. So I will say that the blame is far more on his part than it is on hers, right? I know she's a Black Lives Matter activist. I know she does some crazy shit, but she's still 18, let's not forget. Her life is ahead of her. You do make choices. You do regret those choices when you grow older. You try and remedy.
I want her to go back because I want her to finish converting the kill stream into a left stream. I want to see that happen.
Whatever you did in the past, this is what happens in the grand cycle of life. I'm not going to write her off until she's Ethan Ralph style, wobbling about, elephant skin, eating burgers from the trash.
Oh, gross.
Stealing his own mother's medication. That's the point where you write someone off. There's a long way to go yet, I hope. Fingers crossed, for heaven's sake. Maybe she will get worse, or maybe she'll get better. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know anymore. I don't even know. I don't even know. These people, fuck. He says that my monitoring of Kiwi farms was a nauseating means to an end.
Bet it was.
Oh. He says that my monitoring of Kiwi farms was a nauseating means to an end. Now, if Josh doesn't put that in the fucking Kiwi farms banner, if Josh doesn't put that little description of his site in the Kiwi farms banner, then Josh is disowned.
Oh,
because that is the greatest.
Come on, he did get Dick to admit that he loves cheese pizza, for cheese pizza.
This description of Kiwi farms I have ever heard in my life. Monitoring Kiwi farms was a nauseating means to an end. Nothing more. Posters break down and decimate information from the Ralph retort, and frankly, I've not the stomach, patience, or ability to remain awake to watch during or to watch his show. So, I think he's complimenting the Squire of Gothos and various other posters on that site, Perisposity and various other posters on the site, Josh. I think he's complimenting you for giving digests because
I think he is. I think he is complimenting. And obviously, guys, I'm not an A-log. I'm just some guy who watches from the side, from the sidelines. I'd probably get more clout if I was an A-log. But I don't care that much. But I do care.
because Matt's just too fucking sane to sit through Ethan Ralph's 3 hours of cope. He's got an eye for Kino and Nectar. I imagine Lee's probably trying to catch up on Mad Men or The Sopranos or The Wire there. I imagine he's trying to catch up on those shows on Netflix there. He hasn't got the patience or the wherewithal to sit through Ralph's cope stream because it is boring. It's a shit show.
All right, I'm going to ask Mr. Vickers if he wants to come on the Deadman Stone podcast. I'm serious. And I'm going to angle it, be like, I'm not PvP. I'm not Godwinson. Do you like horror? Do you want to just talk about horror? And that's it. We could talk about horror books, horror novels. We don't even have to talk about Fai Fai. Everyone's going to be asking for it. But we're not going to let the chat win that time. We're just going to have you on and we're just gonna shoot the shit about everything else, but your daughter's butt.
It's awful. In the words of Mike David, stop with this kill stream. It's shit. And it is shit. It's not even entertaining. The man can't carry a show.
Let me ask him right now.
None of the 5 co-hosts can carry the show. Not even Mark Collett can carry the show. The only one that could reasonably carry the show was Zidane, and he fucked off a long, long time ago. Gator, he seems to have gone AWOL. Now, I don't know if Gator's coming back. It seems to me that he's taking a break. He's actually focusing on his real life a bit more. And I can't really fault Gator's actions and behavior during this entire cycle post-sex tape. I know he went on with Augie, the man who streams from his mother's closet. The man with, like, twiglet arms, the man who looks ill, right? I know he went on with him, and I know he did his best job to try and clean it up, but he also did a solo stream after that where he did say quite plainly that Ralph fucked up, this was a big mistake, and he didn't do a warski where he just applauded like a seal all of Ralph's actions. No, Gator grew a fucking spine for once, and he spoke out, and it was pretty fucking based, let's be honest. It was pretty fucking based. So I can't really fault Gator's actions. Now, whether Ralph has disowned him, whether Ralph has put him on a suspension, whether Ralph is going to leave him on the bench going forward, who knows, right? The best thing I would do is if I were Gator, like, I wouldn't come to our side, you know? No one wants you and full fag forever and all of this. Just go your own way. Like, you've got an audience of
Right, Gator can
people
do his own thing.
that happily like your stuff on Twitter and think that you're great. So just pander to them and fade away into obscurity. Don't defect. Don't be a snake. Just go. Just go. If you've really wised up, don't defect. Just be a man and fucking ride off into the sunset. That's my advice. That's my advice. I do think Gator will come back because, I mean, people will keep asking in his chat, Ralph's chat, where's Gator? I know it's a sentence that's never been said before, but they'll be begging for Gator to come back, just like they did with Zidane. So I hope he does come back. You know, I hope Gator really hasn't wised up, because I want the cycle to continue. I just want the cope, I want the endless hours of content, but maybe he has wised up. Maybe Gator ain't coming back anymore. Maybe Gator's fucked off and he's never coming back. Maybe he's going to visit Zidane there in Cuba. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, he continues. Matt Vickers, the father of the child bride, he says, make no mistake, the girl definitely has mental illness. Nothing else could explain her behavior. But she's not incompetent, and without that, she cannot be committed, so far as I know. So I imagine what the question there was, why haven't you tried to section her? You know, why haven't you tried to section her? Yeah, I suppose it's very difficult in today's day and age to try and section someone.
What is
when you've got
what
all
is
of this
Mr.
shit,
Vickers'
all of these pronouns,
Twitter
all
handle?
of these letters that are dictating societal norms. So whereas in the past, Matt could probably institutionalize his daughter and say, can you make her better again, please? Can you keep her here for a while until she does get better?
Can you make her better?
Don't let her check out on her own accord like she just has done. Whereas in the past, that could probably happen. No, I think we're on shaky ground. And it's a shame. It really is a shame. Bring that back. Bring back institutional authority over the mentally ill. That's just me. That's just me. Don't use BetterHelp. Don't use YouTube e-grifters talking about mental illness. No, you need professional help. Professional help. He continues. She lied about both the whole time. Like, I don't know what both is. I can't be asked to actually look. As soon as she got to the hospital, after she threatened self-harm, so she's threatened to kill herself. That's why Matt and his wife have had to fly down to Guntsville, Virginia. She's threatened to kill herself.
Threatened self-harm.
Rough. Like, why would she even go back to this man? She called Ralph at the earliest opportunity. She's been brainwashed. She's in a cult. She's being coercively controlled.
She's a teenager.
Doesn't sound like
She's
a girl
teenager
who wants help to
that
me.
is in love.
Sounds like a girl who uses the illness as a means to an end.
We read her poetry. We kind of got an insight of her mind. We know how she works, how she operates. She thinks she's in love. She thinks she's in love. And based on what we know, how, of course, this is based on her poetry, but her version of love is one where she has to fix the person. She has to get them to love her. It's toxic. She depends on Ethan Ralph. She wants Ethan Ralph to love her. Yep. She's all about him.
Now, whether the father is really wising up to what's been going on with his daughter, who knows? But it sounds to me like he's had a fucking enough. He's had enough. He's just had enough at this point. But it's a very difficult thing to shed a tie between a father and a daughter, and I don't believe that this is the end. I still believe that come the unfortunate time when Matt and his wife pass away, she's going to be there arranging the funeral, telling everyone what a great person he was, right? I don't believe it's the end. And I don't believe that Ralph should be allowed to make this the end between a father and their daughter. Like, this should not be allowed to happen, and Ralph should certainly not be allowed to be responsible for that. Intervene, FBI. Intervene, police. Fuck's sake. So he just says here, I stand corrected. I don't know about what, but he says that now Mrs. Vickers is going to be pissed when I got to buy a new gun. So he's going to buy another gun.
He's going to buy another gun?
So Matt Vickers is buying another gun. Let's fill up the armory. You can't have too few of the guns there. The whole grifting cabal. So he says here that, so here's the thing, without defaming Faith, because I do not know what is wrong with her, but I don't think that she thinks depression is her problem. Shortly after she left, we sent her money to see a therapist, I assume that's the 10K, and she asked to get meds. She did neither. So she hasn't got meds for herself, and she hasn't seen a therapist. So what did she use the money for? Is it for Ethan Ralph? Is it for Black Lives Matter?
Oh my God. She is a George Soros puppet. She's using the money to fund Black Lives Matter. That's what's happening. Watch this. The next 2 days, there's going to be a spike of riots. And the reason why, it's because Faith got the money from her dad and funneled it through to Black Lives Matter. That's what's happening. She's a George Soros puppet. That's what's happening over here. We need to get Alex Jones on this shit.
Is it to funnel lemons through to the D live stream on Ethan Ralph's show to make him look like a winner? Who knows where that money's going, but I can only assume that it's gone to very, very fucked up sources. He continues. He's already provided his identification. How would an audio appearance proved anything? You're blocked. So this is in response to someone asking if he'll come on to an interview. Invite's always there. No bother, my friend. Now he's responding to Josh. Refutations to my assertions are welcome. To be destroyed at any time. So he's getting on his boomer box there. This is the last one we're going to read. Before July the 8th, 2020, so far as I knew, Faith was a completely different person than the person she is today. I'll agree with that. But it seems that Ralph knows one version, Chris knows one version, the meth boyfriend, halfway king, friends know one version. It's like Faith is a multiverse.
Oh, she's not a multiverse. I know exactly what she is. It's very simple. We talked about this before. She's a teenage girl. I'm like 2 glasses of scotch and a shot. But she's a teenage girl. That's what she is. She knows how to manipulate. She's going to manipulate you. That's it. And you know what? She probably didn't get sexually involved with Chris Kerr. I think she's in love with the gun. I think she's in love with Ethan Ralph. Guys, I want to wrap up the stream. I want you all to know what I think is going on here. Faith is in love with Ethan Ralph. She's gonna have his baby. She's gonna have his baby. She's young. She's fertile. She's gonna have a Ethan Ralph Jr. Ethan Ralph is gonna be a dad, and that's gonna be a Killstream special. You watch. You watch. Faith is preg. This could be a special. This could be a special for a show. There will be a gauntlet. You watch. There will be. I'm wrong on many things, some things. On this one, I don't think so. There's going to be a baby. This is complicated. Come on. This has been moving so fast and so weird. This is like a soap opera, right? If you're following the soap opera logic, there's going to be a fucking baby in the mix. There's going to be a fucking baby. She's going to fuck him again without condoms. It's going to happen. He doesn't want the baby. She does. What she wants and what he wants are two different things. And what Ethan Ralph doesn't know is while Faith will like play these games with her daddy, she has things she wants to do. And she's going to play games with him. She's going to make the kill stream more leftist or more Black Lives Matter friendly. Watch. It's going to be great. It's going to fuck up the show. It's going to be great. Oh, it's going to be juicy. Be fucking juicy. I might do a special show watching that. I've been dreaming about doing a podcast called All Right and the Alt-Right. Just can't do it. It's not ad friendly, you know? Do that and stream snipe the kill stream when it goes all super leftist. And disavow. Like, no. But she's going to have his baby. She's going to make the kill stream go left, and she's going to have his baby. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, you do guys in the chat, feel free to sub if you haven't already. You guys take it easy. You have a good one.